Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sorcery. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're to join me today because I got a tip for you that I didn't know before. No, I didn't want to open that. Now, when you use any beacon for the first time, it fully heals you. No need to heal before that. So if you're going for a beacon, and or if you just got bitten by whatever's defending the beacon, don't worry, you're gonna be able to use the beacon for the first time, and unless you're going for the secret ending with no beacons, of course, which I have no idea how to complete and I haven't looked at because I don't want spoilers, but yeah, it fully heals you, so I did that. And then I had to play around with this a little bit to try and figure out how it works. So apparently the skull cap is not found right there all the time. Basically, you need to wander the march about and just do a few things, and always cast how, otherwise, I mean, at least that's what I did. Always cast how, and after a while you're gonna find things. You're gonna find that guy with that skeleton with some coins in his hand, and you're gonna find the skull cap, and you're gonna be able to take it, and you're gonna find other things as well that I found but didn't read off camera, and well, it's fine. But yeah, so you can basically I wandered these two slots over here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth before sleeping over here, as we did last episode. So I found a skull cap down there. I found the notebook over, not the notebook, the you know, you remember that thing that said, what was the name? I got it written here. His Fizz Dano Do Agabaga Magol. Yes, that thing from the Marsh Goblins. And when I tried to sleep, Lorag came and talked to me before I slept. And of course I got attacked by the Firefox, and it was all the same thing that we did at the end of last episode. But as with the end of last episode, we stop and look around but can't make out much across the contours of the plain. We might be able to see more from the top of the pole, of course. From somewhere nearby, you hear singing. I didn't consider that it could be up on top of the pole, but let's listen first. You concentrate and listen. There is definitely a voice singing somewhere close at hand, but there is no one else anywhere in sight. The pole is, there's no one anywhere in sight. The pole is set into a slight rise in the ground, and you can see in all directions. An invisible creature, perhaps. No, you dumbass. It's somebody on top of the thing. Let's cast a spell here and see what kind of spells we can cast. Because if they're free, why not? Well, the reason why not is because it wastes time a little bit. So we got Zen that hovers in the air. We don't have the jewel-studded medallion. We do have a jewel, if I remember correctly. Or if I... do I grow in size? That? Yeah, big is good. Do I not have... I have... Right? I do have that, don't I? The magical item. So let's see. A giant black face mask, green bat, bracelet, bone, ring, pearl, blast, brand, black of so, gale horn, yellow ball, jewel of gold. That's the one. Okay, that's the one I hope to have. I don't know what that is for, but let's see. Gather a handful of moss. That's the yellow moss that's running around here. I don't know what that's for. I don't want to touch it for right now. So I'm gonna try and float in the air. I suppose that could help me. I mean, I could also pray for Gorga if he wants to heal me. So I could go with the big. I could go with the sun. Why? Sense danger, sure, but huh. And we have Doc, which is healing, which is nice. Let's go with big, because it's cheap and we're gonna be able to see on top of the pole. You craft the spell quickly, swelling to the height of a tree, but the extra height is still not enough to see the top of the platform. Oh, really? Oh, well, in that case, let me regain that. Thank you very much. So we're gonna look around as we did, and let's see, what can I do? Float in the air, but I can't. So let's bang in the pole. On a hunch, you unbelt your blade and wallop the pole with the weapon in its teeth. The wood vibrates. A moment later, a shaggy face appears over the edge of the platform overhead. "Who's that?" he demands, crabbily. Can't you hear I was doing the singing?" The man shrugs. "I apologize." And he shrugs. "For what? Nice to have some company, even if it does get in the way." He scratches his beard. A second or so later, a few lice shells husks rain down on you. "How'd you get up there?" you ask. "And how'd you get down?" "Does I look like I'm coming down?" he demands. Okay, let me climb up." You put your arms around the pole in an attempt to clamber your way up to him, but the pole is quite sheer and the wood planed and all knots removed. Climbing it appears quite impossible. Let me offer him some food. "I can give you some food," you call up. He calls you something terrible in a response. "I was being generous. Do you suppose it's generous to torment people not doing the eating with food?" He shouts back. "Why do you think I'm up in this bowl?" "Well, I don't know." What can you see, you ask? The future and the past, as one, the mystic calls back to you, joining and separating, and ghosts, walking back and forth. None of us are quite when we believe ourselves to be. Are we not? I experienced this myself. Shut your face hole, the man replies fiercely. I don't sit up in this bowl to learn what you muddlers can learn. Crawling around the ground with your full fat bellies. Oh, I see what this is. This might be one of the beacons, except it's like a hidden sort of thing. Like the one that we activated back over there, right? Huh, could be. I don't know. So let's see. I would like to learn more from you. You continue. The man does not reply, but leans away. However, a moment later, a hand appears over the side of the platform, and something falls to the earth. It's a medallion. Is that for me? You are a sorcerer, aren't you? Come up. There is a pause. I hope you're a sorcerer, he adds. Otherwise, I can get down again. Let's take it. You take hold of the medallion. Nothing in particular happens. Come on, then, the man says, gesturing at you. Then he disappears from view. Sure. You turn the medallion over in your hand. It is jewel-studded and set on a loose chain. It is probably worth something. Yeah, it is. Isn't it the Isn't it what's the spell? I have the medallion now so I can look at my spell book. It's the thing that we just saw. Let's see. There's a serpent ring and we have that. We have everything. Bamboo blade we don't. Oh, not bamboo blade. The bamboo flute. Goblin tooth we don't. Rock demon. Nope. Violet glue. Unfortunately not. Requires a pebble. Counters the kid. Requires sand. Nose plug. Skull cap. I finally have that. Awesome. Oh, it's a terrible skull cap. The black face mask, short jewel of gold, that's the one. When this spell is cast, any creature or humans nearby will take an immediate liking to the caster and will offer aid and information. This illusion can only be performed if the caster is wearing the jewel of gold. That's not it. That's what I had before. But if I can cast the god, that is gonna be good. Let's see. I think I have the other one. Pearl. There it is, the jewel-studded medallion. Of course, it's the Zen. Okay, let's go. Let's cast. If I can cast the god, not that one. If I can cast the god, that is gonna be really good. Let's cast the spell. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to. G. No G's. Well, I do have the Zen. I would like this. I don't think we can get this one before, but let's do that. You craft the spell and the medallion begins to glow as you rise gently up in the air. You are now floating off the ground. Dust funnels across the empty plain. Let's float to the top of the pillar. You float up to the top of the pillar. Here we are. The man shuffles aside to allow you to bob down while taking back the jewel medallion. You're a sorcerer then, he declares. I thought so. I might have been a thief, you reply. You might never have gotten your medallion back. He nods. That is true, though my sight assures me I will not need it. Still, I'd rather have it. He gestures around with a platform. Welcome to my little eyrie. I can offer you some water. Can I? Do I have some water? Does he want water? Let's offer him some water. You take out your water gourd and hold it towards the priest. You must be thirsty. That's holy water, though. He nods, clearly touched by your thoughtfulness. Then he reaches out for the gourd, closes his eyes, and murmurs a few words. Having said them, he hands the gourd back. That was holy water already. Damn it. Anyway, I blasted, he declares. For you. I do not drink. There's moisture enough in the air. Oh, really? Okay. Do you know of the 7 serpents? You demand. He nods. I see much from up here. I know of the winged beasts and their quest to devour you. Grind your bones to dust and then spit that dust into the cup of the king of Analand. He pauses to scratch underneath his loincloth. Oh boy. So, he asks, do you like it up here? Well, it's lonely and miserable. He nods. Yes, that is exactly it. As he speaks, you feel a weight gather about your shoulder. As you settle down onto the platform, the spell is worn off. Oh, okay. So, where can I find the serpents? They're looking to find you, Analander. Each is waiting for you. Some are hiding, some are not. One waits for you in the very depths of Lake Kilklala. He means to pick you off when you are at your weakest. Yeah, when I'm alone. I know. We heard this before. Excuse me, got a hiccup. He's underwater? Yeah, if we must encounter him, he nods. I fear the only way would be to swim until he senses your tiredness, but that is most foolish, of course. Okay. So, Can I... What are you doing up here? You demand. High from the world, I can see diagonally downwards onto the world, he replies. I can see through the layers of curse that affect this land. The whole place has unraveled like a poorly woven shoe. He demonstrates with his hand, balling them over one over another. After a moment, he says more simply, From up here, I can see, he says. Yeah. From the forest to the north, the trees seem to part and a gigantic bird lifts into view. Its talons gleam in the sunlight. Oh. What? Wait a minute. From the... it's close by? Shout away the bird? No. Okay, grab the platform. Why would I want that? You grab the platform below, more to stop yourself from falling off in surprise than anything else. The bird approaches and swoops low. The priest screams. Then a moment later he is gone, and the bird is flapping gently away. You are alone. There is nothing on the platform apart from I have the medallion. Apart from a few stray spots of blood where the winged creature's talon punctured the man's side, and the jewel medallion. You take the medallion and sling it around your neck. If you are not mistaken, this probably explains how we got up the pole in the first place. I'm gonna cast a spell, and I'm gonna zen my way down there again, because jumping down would be kind of useless. Of course, I could cast the... There's a one... Isn't that one for falling or something? Reaching up to the stars, you create the magic, and the medallion begins to glow your, whatever. Return to the ground. There it is. You float over to the edge of the platform and lower yourself gently back down to the ground. Looking up once more, the top of the pole seems dizzyingly far away. You clutch your medallion with pride. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I know about that one. Stop telling me about that one. Okay, so, our objective is to go up through here and find the lady, the sorceress that knows about the serpents. She might be able to tell me. So basically we know where the air, well, we know where the air serpent is. It's down here, but I'm not gonna get it. I could go there if I wanted to. Oh, wait a minute, this is... Why are... the base. Yeah, there it is. You are back at the base of the pole. Let's gather a handful of moss. Intrigued, you grab a fistful of the moss. It is juicy and extremely pungent. Let's smell it. You put your nose deep into the moss. The scent is like lemons and strong cheese and manure all rolled together. That's not good at all. It reminds you of a smell of drinking water in Carré. The effect is heady. Oh! Drinking water in Carré. Let's stash it in the pack. You stow the moss in your pack, but it quickly dries and crumbles to so much dust. To the north, mist rolls across the edge. Oh. Am I supposed to eat that? Let's try that again. I think I might be able to eat that, but the drinking water, I thought it maybe would be the river water, because that was terrible. That murdered me. Let's gather that and taste the moss. You taste the moss with a tentative tongue. The flavor is not pleasant, but it does not appear acrid. Perhaps it is not poisonous? Yeah, let's eat it. There it is. Feeling bolder, you put the clump of moss into your mouth and chew. Thick yellow juices run down your chin. Swallowing the thick clump is hard, but almost as soon as you do, you feel a great warmth spreading up from your stomach. Whatever this moss is, it seems to be most beneficial. To the north, mist rolls across the edge. Yes, I know. Let's move on. You leave the pole behind and strike out across the steps. Now, as I said before, we know the serpent is right there. If we want it, we could get it. Unfortunately, that's going to get rid of a lot of our things. And most importantly, the really, really important thing that we got down there, over there, I think. Or over here. No, it was over there. And that's the reason why it's so complicated to get all of this. I didn't go to the well again because it doesn't really matter. We might see that guy again, although I don't really understand what he was doing. But what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to cut cross country. We couldn't do this before, and that's one of the big reasons why I reloaded, is that this was being seen by this is all swamp. This forest is on top of the swamp, so I didn't want to go through the swamp again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go north from here, and we're gonna try and find a sorceress, and we're gonna try and activate that beacon, and it's probably gonna point to that direction more than anything. Now there is a... We need to go there, don't we? So I want to go through there, right? But I want to go there as well. What is this? Is it destroyed? Oh, it is destroyed. It's a ruined city, but it's got a beacon. Man, these things are weird. And I never saw that one, so I'm definitely gonna need to go there anyway. And then we could teleport anywhere. It's gonna be fine. And we're not gonna need to heal. I mean, because we we know how, I know now how this works. So let's go north and continue our adventure. And of course we know what this one is, because we've been here before. There's only dense forest, and we can go over there, and through the path we shall go, and it's all gonna be good. You crash through the trees until you come upon a narrow path. Let's go there. And we have been here before, of course, but we're not sleeping, so we're taking time there. You walk on between the trees. The sun is hot now. You have reached the edge of the forest. Through the trees, you sense that this thing. Actually, what I want to do, I can't go there now. I don't think. I kind of wanted to see what Rez would do over there, and I'm gonna do that in this thing. So over here we are, the village. I'm gonna cast a spell, and I'm gonna see what the Rez does, because I've been thinking about this thing, and I don't know what is it for. Oh wait a minute, that's not Rez. I don't have Rez. Niff? What's Niff? Niff. Create a stench. Oh. And of course we were here before, and it was terrible because we just got hurt. They were friendly enough, but they just got hurt. And we have the Yob, which is summon the giant. Really don't want that. Thank you very much. And we have the Yaz, which is causes invisibility. Oh, the Purtle Ring. I forgot about that. Okay, let's move on. I think it might have been just I need to go to the village itself, and then here I cast the Rez. Oh, they recognize me. Okay, let's cast the spell, and here let's see what happens. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but yeah, there it is. That's the R. That's the R. Go with that. And Rez. What does it do? You take the gourd of holy water from your pack and cast your spell. I also have more holy water somewhere else, but the gourd is replenishable, so that's good. The water begins to shimmer and shine in an inner light, but there is nothing nearby for you to resurrect. And so the magic disappears harmlessly into the ground. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for telling me how that works. Anyway, that's my curiosity sated, I suppose. If you were curious about that, well, I hope it sated your curiosity as well. Let's go north now, not wasting too much time. You follow what might be a path and might be an old river through the trees of the forest. Mid-afternoon haze makes the air uncomfortably warm. You hear a soft patting sound on the path behind me. Okay, draw your sword. You slide your sword carefully from its scabbard, ready for whatever might spring. You whip around, blade high, but there's nothing there. The path is quite empty. You check the trees either side and beat the bushes with your drawn sword, but find nothing. The path is quite empty. You turn back and start to walk once more. The patting noise begins once more, but more quietly, until you lose track of it. The path is narrow and is probably an animal track rather than anything more established. You pause to look at the mud and make out a series of paw prints, each about twice the size of your hand. They're quite fresh. Yeah, they're Snattercats, you dumbass. Oh boy, this is not gonna go well for us. Snattercats are gonna murder us. They walk around with their eyes closed, and they're invisible like that. Things flutter in the trees all around. The sun is beginning to lower. The air is beginning to cool. I think the Snattercats might be in the trees more than anything. Underfoot, the earth has been churned to mud, and you notice the branches either side of this route are broken. Route or root, I don't know. Anyway, look at the mud first. You pause to check the mud. There are more prints like those you found before. What about the branches? That's a Snattercat. Looks more like a bear, but I suppose. You check this. It's got a cat's face. You check the stem of one of the branches. It has been cut with a blade, but rather it has not been cut by a blade, but rather it has been torn apart, as though by something stampeding through. Suddenly, there is a cracking in the bushes to your right, and you turn to see the towering shape of a wild bear. It is a bear. Huh. That's apparently bears have cats' noses. I didn't know that. Huh. Anyway, let's see if I can cast a spell. What can I do to cast? I can fight this guy. I'm at full health. We're gonna be fine. You draw your sword and approach the roaring creature. It's gonna go with a power attack, isn't it? Let's go with a defense here. There it is. It didn't go with that. The bear draws itself up to its full height, almost double yours, and opens its paws wide. You drop around a tree and raise your sword, ready to defend yourself. But the wild bear, for all its growling, is clearly afraid of you. It holds back, staying out of reach of your blade. You wait in the tense silence of the forest. It wallops the ground with its furry foot. That's for a small attack, isn't it? Or is it for a powerful attack? Let's go with a 9.1. That was for a small attack. A smallish attack, I guess. You risk an attack, rushing forward as you charge the wild bear, just as it reaches out to try to rush you. You cut its attack down. It squeaks and snuffles, standing up onto its hind legs. That's a power attack right there. But I can cut it down. by the skin of my teeth. Holy crap, 7.5 against 7.4. Splashing through the mud, you race into the wild bear, meeting it as it roars, about to attack. You plunge your sword deep into its thick skin. The bear staggers backwards into a tree, which bends and almost snaps. The bear drops to all fours and roars. It's gonna go for a small attack, but I don't think I have enough so rather than risk it, yeah, I could have gone for that, but -1 is fine. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The wild bear stays low and tries to ram you. You hold your stance. For a moment, it is close enough that you can smell its terrible breath. You retch. Oh, I do? Oh, that's bad. The bear drops its height and growls. It's gonna go for either a defense or a small attack. I'm gonna go with a 4.1 here. And there it is, small attack. And down it goes. The smell is getting worse. Standing firm, you swing a mighty blow at the wild bear. Then your sword finds a soft place in the bear's body. It roars and tumbles to the ground. Quite dead. Yes, skilled swordplay, thank you very much. Could have been better, but you sheath your sword and dust yourself down. A bear, however large, is not enough to stop you in your tracks. You have encountered death wraiths, and worse. Yes. Okay, I want to go there. Oh, I see. I see how I go there. Let's go there then. Cut through the forest as much as possible. The path winds tortuously through the forest. The sun is sinking. A damp chill hangs in the air. The sun is sinking, but it's still not sunk enough, although the night is indeed falling. Oh, there's another path through here. Yeah, good. You walk on between the trees. The sun is now in the lowest quarter of the sky. It will be night soon. The forest path curves past the shore of a deep, flat pool. Forget the food. Let's look at across the water. The water extends away to the northeast towards the dark shadows of the next range of mountains. It is not quite a lake, but large for a pool, and who knows how deep it is. On the far side, you see another stone tower. Let's test the water. The water must be freezing cold, but if you had to swim, you could probably survive it. Okay, so how about I don't swim, rather than, you know, of course I will survive, but hey, yeah. Let's see. So I have walk, which sounds like a shield to me, and yes, it is. It could be water walking, but it's not. We have the far. Oh, we can cast this one here. See the future? Go right ahead. You sit cross-legged by the roots of the trees and put your palms on the orb of crystal. You wind the constellations into alignment around you and everything changes. Your vision is suddenly overtaken by a strange sight. You are lying down to rest by a deep fissure in the earth. The water of a lake glitters in the near distance. Suddenly, the ground begins to rumble. Where's the fissure? Is it this one? Can I go down there? Lower Zaman. Where do I need to go? It's down there, isn't it? I need to go down there, don't I? Well, it's a good thing I came down through here, because otherwise I would have left down there. Although we didn't really... I mean, we found a thing. Yeah, well, anyway, I think this is our objective. Karabakh River. Lower Zaman. Wasn't it the High Zaman or something? The yeah, I think, yeah, this is trapped in, so we need to go through there first. Now, the fissure... I don't see any fissures. So... Oh, it's this thing! It's there. It's there. We need to go there and see what's going to happen in this vision. So, you know, suddenly the ground begins to rumble. Let's look around. You look about to see the rock either side sliding into the fissure. At first, it seems as though the ground is sinking, but then you realize something is rising up from the earth. Something with a forked tongue. The vision fades. Another night begins. You should find a place to sleep. Okay, there's another serpent. Over there, isn't it? What's that for? That's the, I don't know what that one is. So I got, I suppose it's the earth one. It kind of looks like made of wood or something. Doesn't it? I don't know. It could be the sun one. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, let's see what do we do. You should find a place to sleep. Another night begins. Okay, I'm not gonna find a place to sleep. I'm not gonna sleep here either. Let's cast a spell and see if I can do something else instead. Okay, so the far is done. How about, that's the, what's that for? How? Nah, don't want that. We got the walk here. Don't want that either. I got the Zen. Could it take me across? The zip would be nice. Requires a green ring. Let's go with that. You cast the enchantment and the ring of green metal on your fingers begins to glow and glitter. You suddenly are torn through the very air. A moment later, you find yourself on the other side of the pool. There we go. That worked. I mean, these seem to be pretty reliable. Let's see what... hopefully we're not in the pool. No, we're not. The moon sets. More stars appear. Nestled in a curve of the eastern cliffs is a stone tower. It is heavily overgrown with thorny branches, and its base is almost obscured by shrubs and tangled weeds. Okay, so it's nighttime again. Oh, man. Getting these at nighttime is terrible. So I could cut through the branches, because I have that. I can look up at the tower, although this is going to take a little bit of time, but sure. You look up at the tower, but can make out little in the dark, but for the silhouette against the dark sky. This might be a good place to shelter, however, if you can find your way if you can find a way inside. Yeah, I know. I don't need to shelter, although it would be nice to be here after sunrise, because of the thing. Anyway, let's cut through the branches, and I'm probably going to have to cast a spell and take advantage of that as well. So let's see. You have your hewing axe and cleave quickly through the branches that surround the base of the tower. The axe's keen edge makes short work of the thorns, and you have cut soon a path to the tower's door. Okay, now I cast a spell, because I'm going to use my stamina here and see how things go from there. So I have the Zen here. That is an interesting one, actually. I have the Far again. Yeah, see the future as many times as you can. You sit cross-legged by the roots of a tree and put your palms on the orb of crystal, looking to the constellations above. You cast the spell and everything changes. Colors and images swirl around you and into you, a wide lake, across which a boatman moves with silent oar strokes. Huh. You watch his movements and cannot help but feel there is something wrong with them. They are not too fluid, too smooth, as though his whole body was a sapling moving in the breeze. You call out across the water to the boatman, who looks up and waves in return and begins to pull towards you. There is something intent in his eyes. The vision fades. The cold night lingers on. Okay. The boatman. Was this... Yeah, that's right. We heard that there's a boatman. Or did I read it online? I might have... I don't think I read it online. I read online about the guy that crosses the bridge. And I was trying to figure if I could pay, but I didn't read too much. I didn't want to spoil, so I didn't really find anything. But we heard that there was a boatman that would take us across the river, or this thing. I suppose it's this thing. I know that for us to get this thing, we're meant to be alone, so we can't take the boat. But why is that a dangerous thing? So something is gonna come out of the earth. That's gotta be the earth. That's gotta be the earth serpent over there for sure. And this one might be another serpent. Huh. Could be, right? An illusion or something. Something wrong with him. And the leaf something, or too fluid, too smooth, as though his whole body was a sapling moving in the breeze. Yeah, it could be the air serpent. Because I do know that it's going to appear later. So, yeah, because I read that online. So it could be this. 3 serpents in the same spot, though. Nah, that can't be it. That can't... Either that... No, it's got to be the air serpent, that one. No, it's not. That's the water serpent. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out if I... Ooh, there's a tree in there. I'm trying to figure out if there's something that we can do here. I mean... that we can do about all the air serpent, because I am really, really sad that I didn't want to get it. But yeah, we're gonna find it later. Nobody mentions online. Nobody mentions that you can find it here. That's the problem. So it is found later. And it was near the lake. So it's gotta be the boatman. Yeah, it's gotta be the boatman. That's the vision that tells us that the boatman is the water serpent, or not, or controlled by the water serpent. Or a vision, or an illusion that isn't. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sorcery. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.